Excuse my lips. I got a retainer in. The world is ruled by bread and circus. Everything is ran off of a bread and circus show, especially when it's time for us to have a revolutionary stance against the importance of what is dictating our society. Which is wow, because we are upset with how the economy is going. Majority of the world leaders are corrupt. And instead of us saying, let's rebel against the corruption and the elite that's keeping us docile, that's poisoning our food supply, and that are taxing us out the butt, but wages won't seem to go up. Instead, every time there is a time for us to look at that and say, hey, this is what's going on. We are fed with bread and we are brought another circus. And it just happens perfectly around the time that we are supposed to be standing up to the corruption. So the question is, when are we going to say, hey, enough bread, enough circus, things out here are really mattering and are affecting us and our families? See, a lot of people aren't doing that because we're just too comfortable with, just entertainment. TikTok, Netflix, Starbucks, coffee, cafes, boba teas, Coach bags, Mercedes. See, what I'm starting to notice is that the world has turned a lot of people into consumers of entertainment instead of consumers of themselves. Now, what do I mean by that? People aren't invested as much into their own lives as much as they could be into their own life. People rather would look at source of entertainment and see other people's lives and say, hey, I want to live that life, instead of finding out what they would want for their own life. I've been with so many people who took me on various of activities, all because it was a trend, but not because it was something that they found enjoyment and pleasure in. And if you try to mingle yourself into the world, you'll start to discover that majority of people think that way, to where they don't know what they like. They don't have no hobbies. They don't have no aspirations or no goals. They never put their front foot forward to accomplish the things that they said they want in life. And they tend to make a lot of excuses. But if you ask them about some social media influencer, a celebrity, they'll tell you everything that you need to know about them. What clothing brands they like, what clothing brands they sponsor, what their favorite food is, their birthday, their favorite ice cream, the ice cream that they want you to go try, so you go and try it. Take a girl out on a date and you think she wants to try the blue ribbon ice cream because she likes it. She just wants to try it because somebody told her to on TikTok. The world is full of bread, and it's giving you a circus to distract you from the things that really don't matter. And it's going to get worse, because we are in an age of technology. People are glued to their phones. And actually, that's the past. People used to be glued to their phones. Now people are glued to their phones and their laptops. We need 2 screens. Some laptops even come with 2 screens. One isn't enough no more. That's why people watch Netflix and scroll on their phone. Half of the time they don't even watch Netflix. They just use it as a background noise. That's how distracted we are becoming as a society. We don't even want to watch the show. We just need it as a sense of company because we don't know what being alone feels like, or we don't dare to listen to the internal monologue in our own heads. Because if we do, we'll be forced to recognize that, hey, maybe I'm not where I want to be. And just that simple saying, that takes a lot of recognition and a lot of accountability. Like, especially if you're blaming yourself. See, it's hard for people to blame themselves nowadays. And that's a big part of the distraction too. People aren't doing the self-work because they don't want to look inside of their soul and recognize like, hey, in order for me to get to where I want to, I got to put in the work. And I haven't been doing that. We need to stop advancing in technology before it merges more and more to the point where they're going to be putting QR codes on our right hand or on our foreheads. And you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have those marks on your body. Basically saying we're so distracted with the entertainment that they're giving us that eventually they're going to merge us with the entertainment, with the technology, with the cell phones. And then you won't need a phone. You won't need a TV. You'll just have some type of screen to be displayed in front of your face, maybe in your eyes. They might take one of your eyes and give you a prosthetic eye. Take this eyeball and we'll give you five whatever a month. People would do that. I know that there has been a lot of benefits to the economic booming of technology, but I think it has becoming or has gotten too far to the point to where we're not even caring about what really matters. Nor do we want to care about what really matters. Nobody wants to break their illusion of the matrix that they put themselves in, because we all live in a matrix, all of us. It's just a matter of how deep you want to be in a matrix or not. But we all are in the matrix. What I'm saying is there's a lot that's going on in the world that we used to take accountability for, and the people used to go out and take a stance for what is right. People used to have morals and beliefs, not for themselves, but for the way that they would want the economy to go for their families and the generations to come. We're not doing that no more. Instead, a lot of people are just talking about it. But there isn't any movement happening, because a part of me believes that as soon as enough people start speaking on about things that may be hurtful, harmful to the environment to which they live in, there's always another Bread Circus. Always. It never stops. Like, for example, we all know about the list that came out, how can I say it? What's that man's name? Palm Beach list, the Palm Beach list, and nobody wanted to do anything about that, right? But then you have like the Knicks and the Spurs that just came out, and the way that they reacted towards the cities because of a game, it's the same way that you would want them to react during the Palm Beach list. So I guess I could say we put our priorities towards the wrong thing in the name of comfort. But how long are we going to be comfortable until it starts genuinely affecting us to the point of no return, to the point to where we got to stand up for what's right? And I'm telling you, by the time it gets there, it's already going to be too late, because the time to do that is not when everybody takes notice. The time to do it is now. But we're too comfortable. As a society, everybody is too comfortable. Everybody's even too comfortable in their own complaints. People would rather complain than to change their environment and to change their situation, even if it takes a little bit of being uncomfortable, but for a bigger picture. Nobody wants to do that, but because before they do that, they just say, Netflix and Bon Appetit. Netflix and Bon Appetit is going to be the reason why we are in some type of dystopian government society that we can't shake away from. And it's going to get very bad before it gets good. That's my rant. That's all I got to say. Thank y'all.